Welcome to the Focusing the Presidential Debates initiative. I am John Norton Moore, a former United States ambassador, who will serve as your host to the press conferences held by the initiative. Before beginning, I would like to introduce my wife, Jamie Moore, who is a nurse practitioner specializing in emergency medicine. Once again, the great nation has embarked on a journey to elect a new president. The candidates have come forward and the debates are underway. It is in the interest of all Americans that the candidates and their debates seriously address the grave national challenges and opportunities now before the nation. We cannot afford politics as usual, with candidates vying to be the most immoderate in their party. The challenges are unforgiving and the opportunities fleeting. The experts participating in this initiative are deeply concerned about the problems facing this great nation and have come together to present suggestions and raise questions for the presidential candidates, Democrat and Republican alike. The papers being distributed to the press today are being sent to each of the declared candidates in both parties. The campaign organization of each candidate, as well as the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee, have also been notified of this initiative and invited to send a representative to the press conferences. Each paper reflects the view of the presenter. There has been no effort to coordinate views, nor is any presenter responsible for the views expressed by other presenters. Some of these papers may appeal more to Democratic candidates, and some may appeal more to Republican candidates. The subjects, however, have been chosen for their national importance and the presenters for their recognized expertise. It is hoped that as the debates progress in and between both parties, that the candidates and the nation more broadly will reflect on the range of serious problems and will consider the questions and/or specific recommendations presented in these papers. We here today are not able to individually participate in the debates, but we hope to be heard by the candidates and the American people through the great institution of America's free press. It is in that spirit that we have invited you today to this press conference at the National Press Club. This initiative is holding 3 press conferences at the National Press Club from noon to 3 p.m. each day. Today, after reviewing priority national problems and opportunities, we will focus on issues concerning economic growth and domestic policy. Next Thursday, October 22nd, we will focus on foreign and defense policy. And finally, Friday, October 23rd, we will focus on the criminal justice system, community policing, and reducing crime. All of the expert papers are already online at the initiative website, which is www.focusingthepresidentialdebates.com. Each of our presenters today will speak for approximately 24 minutes and then leave time for questions and answers from the press or representatives of the candidates or parties who have been invited. Let's start by looking at priority national problems. A partial list, and only partial list, of critical national problems and opportunities includes bullet, restoring the American economy to substantially higher levels of sustained economic growth. This growth goal is critical for our effectiveness in meeting almost all other national goals and must be one of the nation's highest priorities. Bullet, restoring the United States military and defense communities to robust strength. Bullet, enhancing United States credibility and effectiveness in foreign affairs. Bullet, reducing and controlling the national debt. Bullet, reforming the Social Security system for greater effectiveness and long-term economic health. Bullet, reforming Obamacare, the ACA, Medicare, and Medicaid for greater effectiveness in meeting national health goals and long-term economic health. Bullet, reducing taxes on Americans and American corporations and more effectively controlling the regulatory burden on American business as critical elements in restoring growth. Bullet, reforming immigration policy to ensure that America will have border security and adequate enforcement, that immigration policy will support the economy, that there will be a one-time path to legal status for the many whose presence is benefiting the nation, and that going forward, immigration policy, like all national policies, will be guided by the rule of law. Bullet, reforming the criminal justice system by reducing incarceration for nonviolent offenders and paring back overly broad use of the criminal justice system in nonviolent offenses. Bullet, reducing crime through enhanced education against crime in our school systems and more effective community policing through engaging the police more actively and directly with the communities they protect. The homicide rate in many of our major cities has surged recently, and it is our minority communities most at risk from any breakdown in mutual trust. Effectively reducing crime requires leadership from both police and the communities they serve. For the police and the communities which depend upon them are inevitably linked. When that link becomes frayed, both the police and the communities they served are harmed. Bullet, embracing modern medical science in settings where a more robust national research program targeting a particular disease holds promise both for enhanced cure, offering better relief to millions of Americans, as well as substantial cost savings for the nation. Bullet, adopting a comprehensive energy policy leading to energy independence for America. Bullet, rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure of roads, bridges, dams, airports, and power grids. Bullet, enhancing educational opportunities for all Americans and more effectively meeting skills-based educational needs in the workplace. Bullet, more effectively promoting abroad the core American values of democracy and the rule of law. Bullet, re-energizing our national commitment to protection of the environment, including addressing the problem of global warming, but as with all government actions, doing so through cost-benefit effective measures. Bullet, ending tax and other laws discriminating against the family. Government action should only strengthen and support the family. Bullet, restoring a normal budgeting process in the Congress of the United States. Bullet, paying greater attention to right-sizing government and reducing government failure, including revitalizing the role of the states in our federal system. And finally, assisting the process of forming a new administration by streamlining the appointment and confirmation process. To review this list is to appreciate the enormous challenge faced by the next President of the United States.